Hello everybody and welcome to this I Just Plays Dwarf Fortress! We are still trying to set up our paper industry and such, but I think we are going to have a lot more success with that since spring has come and we can finally plant some pigtails, which I think, yeah, this is a pigtail farm and all 25 pigtail seeds are planted over there. In the meantime, we are processing plants into barrel. So yeah, I think we will have enough plants that we can mush and then press into paper. But if I remember correctly, we already had one piece of paper laying around over there. Yeah, there is written objects. There are 2 written objects already. And there's no writing material. So is there some way we can see what the written objects are? Not over here. No, I'm not sure. It should probably be available somewhere. K maybe. We have some bookcases. No, that's a bird. Bookcase. I don't know. How about in the chest? Oh, I'm not sure. But apparently we do have some pieces of writing. I should look into that, how we can find out what exactly the pieces of writing are, because I am quite curious what kind of books they did write. And there must be some way. Maybe I'm not looking correctly. The Treasury of Gilding, we want to go to the details. Well, that's for the scholars and such. Change restrictions, all visitors welcome. We want that at the same as well. No, I literally have no idea. It's not an artifact, right? Oh, there it is. Against the contradiction, a hemp scroll. View description. This is a hemp scroll. It is made from hemp cloth. The rolls are made from limonite. The rolls are made from gneiss, I think actually. Written on the item is a manual entitled Against the Contradiction, authored by Rigrath Bogems. It concerns the method of proof by contradiction. Overall, the prose is possible. And we have another one. This is a well-crafted hemp scroll. It is made from hemp cloth. The rollers are made from jet. The rollers are made from finely crafted mica. Written on the item is a manual entitled Interpretations of Suturing, authored by Sarvesh Crafts Pleats. It concerns the sutural method of suturing. The writing shows a hint of tenderness and it has some particularly crispy changes in topic. Overall, the prose is great. So we have some scrolls, and the problem what we had before, why we could make more scrolls, is because our scroll rollers are apparently in pairs. So we made 5 out of them. That means 2 scrolls we can make out of them. But of course, we couldn't make any more afterwards. So let's make some more rollers and see if we can make some scrolls with that. And finish off our paper industry with some books and such completely. Not really books, more scrolls, but fine. I mean, it works. If it works, it works. So let's make another 25 scroll rollers. Alright, that's going a lot better than I anticipated. And I'm gonna remove the workflow constraints from the mashing, because it is giving me the error, like I can't do it so much. And same here. We're gonna delete it. Am I sure? Yes, I am. It's driving me a little bit crazy, all those errors. Yeah, and they should be quite busy because this is now a season with a lot of new plants can be planted and such. So yeah, many things to be done. And looking at all this smoothing, it looks so much more beautiful when things are smoothed down. The mayor has been re-elected and still some paper slurry job. It's difficult. But they should be all suspended right now. Make them non-repeating. And make all of this non-repeating. That way we might finally get a little bit of peace and quiet because of all of these errors. And then the question becomes, what's our next priority? And I think building a couple of temples dedicated to a couple of different gods might be the first thing we're going to do. And that also requires us to build some... I believe we need some musical instruments for that and some more statues. So let's take a look at our stocks and our bars. How many silver bars do we have? Because we're gonna make statues out of silver, I think. Only 28, that's not that much. Perhaps it's also time that we have some extra storage for some bars. Because there is a lot of tetrahedrite over here. But I don't think we're able to smelt more tetrahedrite. I'm not even sure why it was stopped. But why don't we make another humongous stockpile? It's over here. From here, like this, should be the stockpile itself then, with some doors, of course here as well, which means we have to dig a little bit further like that, and this is gonna be literally just bars, which should not provoke that many jobs to be queued up, but it will at least provide a new place for bars to be stored. And this also brings me to the following problem, I think, is we need more bins. I'm gonna make wooden bins. Let's make another 30 of those. And we're gonna use those in this stockpile as well. Because we can see some charcoal laying around over here, which is not stored in bins, which is super inefficient. It takes place in the stockpile, but only one bar can be placed in the stockpile. So we need this pretty much for some extra space, and some extra boxes of bins will already make life a little bit easier on the stockpile itself. So we're gonna make a stockpile over here, and maybe we're gonna make like temple area over here. I think that sounds really nice. I think I would like that. And then the only thing that is left after that is pretty much a tavern.
Sir, there's some more dwarfs that have arrived.
More dwarfs?
Someone brought cat. I love cats. Delicious.
He loves cats, but to eat, of course. And there is some combat. Oh, they're sparring. Alright. I hope they don't hurt each other. Bashes the captain in the right upper arm with a silver warhammer, slightly tapping the target. So yeah, they're slightly tapping the target as their sparring exercise, which is good. Does make a lot of noise though. So I'm gonna make a bar block stockpile over here. like that. And it is a little bit smaller than normal, because if I'm correct, yeah, this is only 19, and it's because we are at the bottom of the map. So normally it would be 20, like if we go from here, that's 1, 2, we would end up over here. So it's one shorter than the stockpiles over there. But in this case it doesn't really matter, because I don't think we're gonna have too much problems with bars over here anyway. Well, I say that, and look at all these bars being brought here all of a sudden. But it's nice that the dwarves are finally sparring, because that will make them a lot better in skills with the hammer itself. Let's turn up my sound a little bit down, because it was a little bit loud. So yeah, I like it that they are sparring with each other. Now I think I will... Let's see, if we want to have a temple, what do we need for it? Temple. Make sure you can see it as well. A temple is structure devoted to an object of worship, any sphere aligned being such as deity, megabeast, or titan. In Fortress mode, temples are locations. They can be created from meeting areas. Temples can be dedicated to any deity at least one of your citizens worships, or to no particular deity. No known incentive to make dedicated temples for a particular deity. Temples require instruments and thus need containers to store them. Also require a certain amount of empty floor space, same as taverns. Being able to commune with a deity or meditate gives a serious enraptured stress decrease to the dwarves. Not having a designated place to pray on the other hand makes them sad or distracted. So, interesting. This can make things a lot better if you're having some troubles with your dwarves. So sure, let's start digging out our first temple. And I'm gonna make it 6 by 6. Another one. Oh, we can't make 6 by 6 because this one will be 5 by 5. Right. How about if we make them smaller? I think 4 works. I have no idea how many temples we need. So yeah, 4 indeed did work. Maybe we'll make them a little bit longer then. And this will be like a holy area. Make an entrance. This is a place where dwarves come to pray. And therefore, I will make it like this. A big, large entrance over here. Well, actually, if I just make them a little bit longer and then have it like this. Or actually keep them narrow in the beginning. I think that could be really nice. A little bit more narrow and such, but like this. And these are gonna be our first 4 temples or shrines, or I think they were called temples. And we're gonna see how the dwarves are going to like it. Of course, we need to smooth all the temples down as well, because, well, temples need to be most beautiful as they can be. But it also means we need to start producing some instruments. And oh, we have some visitors again. How is our job? Still not, our jobs are still not queued up. I'm not sure why. We do have a manager, I just checked. That's weird. Maybe the manager's too busy. Well, very well. Let's make a room. It's gonna be from here to... Well, let's make it like this. There's gonna be a meeting area, which is M. Assign location. L. Add location. A temple. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 deities. That's a lot. Yeah, we want to see the whole name, so we can actually... Slorlorn treasure wells the gold of flames. Well, we gotta have one of those. That sounds amazing. Oh, we can see how many people worship it as well. Okay, so we gotta go with the biggest worshippers. Oh, and we can also see where they're for. Fire and wealth, muck, rebirth, strength, sky, wind, hunting, strength, wind, love, travelers and coast, mountains and earth, jewels, wealth and trade. We're gonna want one of those as well. The searing barb, fortress, war and chaos. I like that one. No worshippers for this one, but we can still make it. Light and sun, painting, inspiration, poetry and song, torture, misery. I'm not liking this guy, but sure, you need to have a god for everything, right? But storm and caverns, that's the most important one. Alright, so this is going to be the Chapel of Braving. Let's see the location details. We need 5 instruments, and to store those instruments we need boxes or bags. So let's start with that. Build a container. Sure. Let's make a container right over here. We're gonna make a chest, and we apparently need some more chests. So let's make a wooden chest. Let's make another 10 of them. And let's keep on doing this with the other locations as well. So meeting area, assign location, add a new location. It's gonna be a temple dedicated to... We already have this guy. The searing barb. And over here we're gonna have another temple. Ukap, the Lake of Lobsters. I like it. So about travelers and coast. So let's have that one as well. And over here, the last of our first temples. We're gonna probably make, well, maybe even one for each deity that we can. What else? Searing barb we have. This one, Urdim, mountains and earth. Oh yeah, we gotta have one of those. And we need to place some extra chests. I believe we only have one more wooden chest, so the others have to wait a little bit until more chests are being produced. But then we need to produce some instruments. So let's make some woodwork instruments if we can. Scepters, gem. There are no instruments over here. Yeah, make instruments. Assemble complete musical instrument and construct single piece instruments. Well, sure. So what do we want? I don't know any of these. Audit is a mid-sized handheld wind instrument consisting of 6 adjacent cylindrical wooden pipes. So it's like a pan flute. A double reed in each pipe. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range going from mild low to a very high pitch. At all pitches the instrument has a choppy evolving timbre. It has something. A percussion instrument consists of a stone block. The musician strikes the block. The instrument has a single high pitch. We want a couple of those. Let's make a couple of those. And then over here we're going to probably make some instrument pieces. Just like one of each, I guess. We will start with some instruments then. Oh, and we should have some doors as well, of course. Build doors. We don't have doors. Really? Well then, we should build some more doors as well. Alright, and we want to designate this as to be smoothed. I would say all this. Curious how that will look with these things. I think it will look nice, but if it doesn't, we can always take out the corners. I did believe I turned on auto labor, but we have quite a lot of enabling auto labor. Auto labor is on. We have quite a lot of idlers. Now it is of course quite difficult for the game right now to keep track of everything, but yeah. What are you doing? There's no specific information about this activity. Oh, he's smoothing, I think. At least he is. He has no job. But he can dance and sing and make music, so I think they are already
I'm gonna hang on to this.
What was that? Announcement? Hammer King, Captain of Guard, is going to touch the Silver Warhammer, which is a good thing. It means he will be a lot better with that weapon. But I just remember we had a couple of new people joining us. 3 dwarfs on the migration wave. It's only a small one, 15, of which 1, 2, 3, 4 children were there. Of course. What would a migration wave be without children? But this means we need more bedrooms. Again. And more beds. And more doors. And more everything. Alright, we have enough bedrooms for how many dwarves? 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110. So we're gonna dig out for another 20 dwarves. We should be fine with that. Yeah, and like I say probably every time I dig out the bedrooms, we need to build them more cabinets and chests. But I think the temple is a little bit more important at the moment. So that will be our first priority. Oh, that's one too many. And after that, we should probably look into them having some chests and such. Go down, go over here, and dig. Dig, I say. And there are so many jobs queued up for smoothing as well, that I think the dwarves that we have will be quite busy. Most likely why we had so many idlers as well is because we just had a migration wave. Because I'm pretty sure that children are not counted in as being idle, since well, we have about 30 of them and we have only 17 idlers at the moment. Children can't do any job, so they shouldn't be counted in. And I'm pretty sure they are not. And yeah, I'm quite happy that we have at least some pieces of writing. And hopefully soon we will be able to get some more scrolls and gain more pieces of writing. And that we have our first temple. And I must say, I think our dwarves will be quite happy with that as well. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Next episode, hopefully we'll be able to place some nice statues over here. Bring the first instruments over here as well. And maybe dig out some extra temples over here. We'll see, but it's gonna be in the next episode. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.